How you doing? See ya. I'll text him. Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you all for joining us today on this very special day for North Brunswick and Middlesex County and the state of New Jersey. There's been quite a bit of collaboration that's been required to move this very critical project forward. And today I'm going to be introducing a number of individuals who act very critical in making this happen. We're excited about this project, and we're excited about the future of North Brunswick County and the state and transportation. So with that, I'd like to first introduce the Mayor of North Brunswick, Mayor Womack.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to North Brunswick. I'd like to introduce our Councilman Bob Davis, Ralph Andrews from the Planning Board, Amanda Guadagnino, who's here, Dr. Will Lopez. Thank you all for everything you've done to help make this project happen. And thanks our jazz band. If you've been here this morning, thank you guys. We are in a town where our schools support us. We've got some talented students. Thank you all for being out here. But thank you especially for all of the people who are here from the state and from the county who've given me and the council the opportunity of experiencing what government really, really should be. When Johnson & Johnson, one of our biggest taxpayers, left this property and we had nothing here, and a developer came with the vision, when Jonathan came and had the vision to say, I want to build a transit village, I want to build a station, we as a town came together and opted to accept the responsibility that comes with having a little more crowded, a little more people in the right place, because that's the right thing to do in this day and time. And of course, over the years, we've hit bumps. But the experience for us has been one that shows us how government should work for the people. Because when we had our need, as we have had, it was recognized by the state. It was recognized by the Senate President Sweeney, by our Senator Bob Smith, who came together to get us funding for what we needed. And then when things still weren't moving as fast as every local town always wishes, the county saw our need and came together and said, let's work together and try to find a way to make this happen. And then they've gone to the state, and the state's gone to them, and the commissioner and the director, and they've said, let's work together as a community to make this happen. So North Brunswick, our one little town, has benefited by people at the county, at the state levels, and all of the workers there who've said, the people in North Brunswick, the people of Middlesex County have a need, and we're going to work together to fill and satisfy that need and make it work for them. And so I'm very grateful to be able to have the honor and privilege to introduce the man at the top of the pyramid who's guided this, who's made this civic spirit come together for our town, our Governor, Phil Murphy. Thank you, Governor. There's a jet. Thank you.
Thank you, Mac. I will be very brief because I think Mac has said it all. They say it takes a village, and in this case, it is truly a village. So it certainly is the state and our administration, and I want to give a hat off to Chair of the Department of NJ Transit and the DOT Commissioner Diane Gutierrez-Scacchetti, CEO of NJ Transit Kevin Corbett. We couldn't have done this without the legislature, to Senate President Steve Sweeney, Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin, and to all their many colleagues with us today. Ronnie, you and the county team and your fellow freeholders and John and the Improvement Authority have been extraordinary here. And Mac, it's good to be back in North Brunswick. Last time was a more somber moment on 9/11, and today's a celebratory moment. So it's great to be with you. You know, we all know this, but right behind us is living proof of the fact that when you have a transit stop and you develop it, good things happen to the surrounding economy and community. It's 100% likely. It's not almost always, it is always. And this is going to be a game changer for North Brunswick. It's going to be a game changer for Middlesex County. And it's not the only project that we're working on in Middlesex County. Diane and Kevin and teams are doing station improvements at New Brunswick and Perth Amboy. They're putting a new bridge over the Raritan River on this same line. It'll take some steam, please God, off of Route 1 and all the challenges in that respect. So this is a home run. And if that weren't enough, it's a great day for our brothers and sisters in labor because there's a lot of jobs that are going to get spun out of this, and really good jobs. So I'm incredibly honored to be here. I thank you, Mac, for hosting us, and Ronnie on an extraordinary day, and wish you nothing but the very best. Thank you.
As the governor has mentioned, one of the key elements of this project getting off the ground is the commitment the state is making to this project of over $50 million. And the next three speakers have been very critical to make that happen. And to start off with, I'd like to introduce Senate President Sweeney.
You know, this is a great day for Middlesex and the state of New Jersey. And I want to start off by recognizing my senators that are here. Senator Bob Smith, Pat Dignan, and I think Linda Greenstein's here too. They got a great team in Middlesex, great team of senators. But I remember in 2015 meeting with Mac, doing a transit roundtable. And he said he had this vision, he had this dream, he showed me his plan. And he said, if we can do this, it's going to be a game changer for my community. And you know, when you say if we can do it, sometimes it's easy. But when you say if we can do it and I need 50 million, it ain't so easy. But you got some great partners in this legislative district. You know, Bob Smith's my partner. Joe Egan's like my father. I love him so much. And Joe, well, I'm afraid of him, so that's why he reminds me of my father. And Joe Danielson. But look, we got to a point where we got a commitment of $50 million. And I want to congratulate the Improvement Authority for doing something that they should do, and they're doing, which is stepping up and being a part of this process. It'll go faster, it'll go smoother, it'll go better. And it's not a knock on the state. They're busy, they're overloaded. And I really want to thank Governor Murphy for his support of this project, because it doesn't go forward without him. We appropriated the money, but this is a game changer. Someone asked me, well, how much does it cost? Well, let's add up the jobs that are going to be here, the taxes that are going to be generated here. I think at the end of the day, long term, and this is going to be here for a long time, it's going to be a net benefit way more than it is a cost. And there is a cost of public transportation. But to improve the quality of life And Governor, Route 1, I agree with you. It's brutal. Any way we can make things happen, make things move better here, that's important, but it takes people with vision. And Mayor, going back to you with your vision, congratulations, because I know this is a big day for you. And when Bob Smith drugged me up to your office, I knew I was on the hook for something. But again, this was a big win for the entire state, for this region, and it couldn't come at a better time. And for my friends in construction, it definitely couldn't come with a better time. Thank you all.
Okay, at this point in time, I'd like to introduce our speaker, Coughlin.
Thank you, John. It's a pleasure to be here in Middlesex County and to be with all of you today. Let me first take a second to introduce the members of the General Assembly who are here with us today. First, my running mate, Yvonne Lopez, is here from the 19th District. Nancy Pinkin from the 18th District's over here. Joe Egan and Joe Danielson from the Fighting 17th District are here. And Roy Fryman from the 16th District. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for helping to roll out what is really truly an incredible project and a great day for Middlesex County. You know, we live in the most densely populated state, and Middlesex County is among the most densely populated of that. So this railway station is going to be an incredible advantage for the people who who commute in Middlesex County. You know, folks in South Middlesex County now have to choose between Monmouth Junction and New Brunswick. This is 14 miles, the longest distance between any two stops on one of the lines, and it's on the North Jersey coastline. Consequently, many of them end up taking the roadways, and any of us who live around here understand what that's like on Route 1 during morning commutes. This will help eliminate that. It's also good for the environment, by the way. And of course, the great economic benefit that goes along with it. We can see some of that now. We'll see much more in the weeks and months and decades to come, because it's going to have that kind of impact. So let me take a second to congratulate Middlesex County for getting involved and helping to get this project across the road. To all of the folks in labor who are just as good as it gets. We know it's going to get done well, and we know it's going to get done right because of the folks in organized labor who are going to make this happen. Congratulations to Mayor Womack for his leadership and tenacity in never letting this project die. To Governor Murphy for his leadership in this project. To my dear friend Steve Sweeney, who was at the forefront of doing this. I probably would have gotten $51 million if I had been there, but I wasn't. But without you and Bob Smith and Senator Smith and Joe Egan and Joe Danielson, this doesn't happen. So Steve, thank you very much to that. It's a demonstration of what happens when the three levels of government, when the municipal government and county government and state government come together and decide we're going to make something happen. We do. And this is going to be living proof of that, and we'll all be the better for it. So thank you all for coming out. Let's celebrate a great day, and I'll turn it back over to John Pullman. Thank you very much.
Well, Speaker, since you opened the door for another million, I just want to mention to you that I suspect this is going to be a great project, and we'll be knocking on the door again for your support. You opened the door. Before I introduce the next speaker, I just want to introduce some of the other dignitaries that are here. I know that the folks previously had mentioned some, but I want to make sure we get everyone. From the State Assembly, I know we have Roy Freeman here, Joe Danielson, Joe Egan, Nancy Pinkin, Yvonne Lopez. And if I missed anyone, I apologize, but again, I know that all of you have been very critical to where we need to go. And just another statement relative to the funding, and I know the field director will bring this up. It's not only the $50 million commitment from the state, but the $20 million commitment from the county, recognizing how critical this project is for the residents of Middlesex County. And with that, our next speaker, who's also part of the state, is Senator Bob Smith.
So we've listed all the wonderful people that have been involved in this team to get this project done, and as the mayor said, this is an example of government actually working for the people they represent. This is going to be a great economic boom for central New Jersey. It's going to be wonderful for North Brunswick, but the whole county, the whole region of the state is going to do well on the economic side. And let me just mention one other thing, and I want to put a little more weight on it. This is terrific for the environment. When we get people out of their cars, they're not taking long trips and not burning fossil fuel gasoline, we're making our health and the quality of our life even better. This is really a green project, and I want to thank the foresight of the people of North Brunswick and their leaders, because it takes political risk. You got to get out there and say, we want some serious development. So you did a great job, and I want you to know the Senate President, he looks like he's a tough guy. You know, I don't know if you saw him, his physique. You should have seen the day when Joe Egan grabbed them around the back and Danielson started to pummel him a little bit, and then I tried to whisper in his ear, and by the way, it wasn't such a tough fight. This is Transportation Trust Fund money. This is exactly what we should be doing with our Transportation Trust Fund, which is helping to make our commuters get where they have to go, but taking cars off the road. Kind of a weird dichotomy, but it's really good public policy. So thanks to the governor, thanks to the Senate President, thanks to the Speaker, thanks to the smartest group of freeholders I've ever seen, because they didn't have to be convinced. They knew this was a great project for Middlesex County. So you guys and gals are brilliant. And of course, the people of North Brunswick, really smart to elect these great leaders. So God bless you. Let's get a shovel in the ground. And by the way, we won't be hesitant to ask for more money 3 to 5 years from now, when we want to expand the station.
Thank you, Senator. Okay, but before I introduce the next speaker, one of the things I wanted to bring to your attention is that obviously behind those people who represent you at the state, county, and local level, there's a lot of fine people who work on behalf of all the residents of Middlesex County. And I just want to mention a few who have been really critical to this project moving forward and the collaboration that took place between the county and the state to make it happen. And some of those plays, I'm not sure they're here today, but I want to make sure they're recognized. And it starts off with Justin Davis, Chief of Staff to the Commissioner, been very critical. Eric DeLeo, the Assistant Executive Director for Capital Planning. Karan Patel, who's the Chief Project Manager. And Megan Strickland, who's the Chief Capital Compliance and Budget Administration individual. All those people in the state under the direction of the Commissioner have been critical in the work that we've been doing over the last 6 months to get us here today. And I'd be remiss not only to recognize some of the people from the county. For those who don't know me, I'm John Pulomino, I'm the County Administrator. But believe me, there are many people who have been critical to the success of this project, starting with Khalid Anjum, who's the Department Head of Infrastructure Management, Tom Kelso, who's our legal counsel, the necessary evil that keeps us focused. And also my good friend and the Executive Director of the MCA, Jim Polis. You know, we've worked collectively and collaboratively with the state to make this happen, to make sure we were representing the best interests of Middlesex County and the Board of Chosen Freeholders who gave us the ability to move this project forward. So with that, I'd now like to introduce our next speaker, who's done some great things in the state and right here in Middlesex County, and that's Commissioner Leanne Gutierrez-Sacchetti.
So many good things have already been said, but I think a couple things really bear repeating. If you always did what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. And so one thing that this is we're doing something we've not done before. New Jersey Transit, under Kevin's leadership and his team, have acquiesced control of this project to a large degree to the Middlesex County Improvement Authority. It's a new model for New Jersey Transit. What it means is New Jersey Transit doesn't step away, but we become better partners, we become better collaborators. And when we do that, we're going to get, naturally, a better product. And when we hope this concludes, what we hope to have is a model train station for all those other localities that are looking to have something built in their communities. So there's a lot riding on this, not just for North Brunswick, not just for Middlesex County, but for the state. And there's, wherever we go, I know the governor will agree, somebody pulls your ear and says, we really need a train station in, right? And we can't build them everywhere, but where we can build them or rebuild them, to have a station that is customer engaged, that meets the needs of our customers, is hugely important. And I think that this project is going to deliver that. I appreciate John recognizing New Jersey Transit staff. They don't get a lot of praise these days, but what they're doing in many regards is continuing to solve the core problems that transit has developed over the last 10 years, but they're still looking forward. They still have a vision to the future, and that's important. It's not easy to ride those two tracks at the same time. Get the joke? Riding two tracks. But at the end of the day, it is so important for me, and I know for Kevin, to recognize their commitment to keep moving forward while improving what we have. And so I give lots of credit to them. The last thing I'll say, and I say it because I feel like I have a little bit of experience, not many states have what New Jersey has. The governor often talks about that basket of values that New Jersey has to offer. New Jersey's fabric is its communities. The communities that are woven together, where people walk to school or walk to a post office. I know that's how I raised my children. It's a benefit that many states, and I can tell you living in Florida, they don't offer. They don't have that sense of community. We're adding a community by adding this train station. We're building around something and giving people that sense of neighborhood again. And the sense of neighborhood is key to what New Jersey is. It's I think, one of our very biggest selling points. And so if we could help that by working collaboratively with the county and with the Improvement Authority, with North Brunswick, with our legislative leadership, and with the governor to deliver a new neighborhood, I would tell you as a mom, I think that's a phenomenal thing. And so we are very proud to be able to support that. We thank all of you. It's very humbling for me to be speaking in front of the governor, the Senate president, and the speaker, which I don't often do. I think this may be the first time ever. So I'm very humbled to be doing that. But I'm also very pleased and happy that we could become partners, and we have new friends in Middlesex County that we're going to work with on, I'm sure, many good projects going forward. So thank you very much.
Okay, before I introduce our next speaker, I just want to recognize the members of the Board of Freeholders that are here, starting with Deputy Director Charlie Tamara, Charlie Kenny, Sante Nera, and though they couldn't be here, Kenny Onwood, Plaquita Valente, and Leslie Capo are also big supporters of this project. In addition, we mentioned earlier that the other key part of county operations that's critical to the success of this project is our working relationship with the Middlesex County Improvement Authority. Starting with our chairperson, James Nolan. Some of the members, Paul Abbey and Christine D'Agostino. And the executive director, James Paulus, who has been critical to where we are today. And I also want to recognize Kevin Duncan from Building and Trade, who's here today. So thank you for joining us, Kevin. And at this point, I'd like to introduce the Freehold Director, Ron Rios, who has been instrumental in working closely with the state, with North Brunswick, making this happen, making this a reality. So, Ron.
Wow, wow, wow. Good morning, Governor, Speaker, Senate President. Welcome to Middlesex County. This is a big, big day for us. Before I begin, I'd like to thank all our elected officials that have joined us this morning for their advocacy on this project. To Governor Murphy, Commissioner Diane Gutierrez-Gachetti, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for collaborating with us and allowing us to take the lead on this project. To Mayor Womack, thank you for your continued optimism and advocacy for this project. We're going to do everything that we can to support your dream of bringing this station to the residents of North Brunswick. And finally, I want to say thank you to my Freeholder colleagues, especially Freeholder Santinara and Freeholder Charlie Kenny, for their steadfast support on this project. Today, the county is honored to announce a new chapter in the North Brunswick train station story. Through an agreement with New Jersey Transit, we will be managing the design and construction of the North Brunswick train station. In the coming months, the county will begin the concept and design phase, completing the final engineering and permitting steps. We anticipate these crucial steps will be complete within the next 24 months, at which time we anticipate finally breaking ground on this station. This is going to be a significant undertaking, but with the help of our state and local partners, along with our brothers and sisters in the trades, I am confident we will begin to move the project forward. We hope that with the completion of this project, in partnership with New Jersey Transit, this process can serve as an innovative new framework for how major infrastructure projects like this are tackled in the future. This collaboration represents an important step forward in our county's infrastructure and in our mission to make the county more accessible to all our residents and visitors. It will also increase economic opportunities and investments for North Brunswick. My colleagues on the Board of Chosen Freeholders and I, along with New Jersey Transit and our state officials, recognize that the county is a major transportation center within the state of New Jersey, and this station will become a significant piece of infrastructure with an already vital transportation system. Again, thank you for all joining us here today, and the county is very excited and proud to be collaborating with the state and North Brunswick. Thank you.
So in closing, I want to thank all the representatives at the local, state, and county level, residents of Middlesex County that are here today. It's a big day. And if there's one message that I believe that the Board of Freeholders wants to leave with everyone here today, and if you've seen some of the commercials and the marketing strategy that we put out there over the last 2 or 3 years, it's a real key part of everything we're about here in Middlesex County. It's about where opportunity becomes reality, where innovation becomes reality, and more importantly, where collaboration becomes a reality. And here in this one project, you see it all. So again, I thank you all for joining us today. We look forward to great progress in the future, and we'll have plenty of refreshments in the back, so please join us for that. And again, thank you all for coming today.